That wasn't a good sound clap.
I'm going to give it 6 out of 10.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because the sound wasn't there.
Yeah. The sound wasn't there. It had all, like the form was good.
Good form.
Good form.
Right, bad execution.
And if it were muted, I would have given you an 8. I would have given you an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, just from the form.
Okay, I could live with that. I think that was an 8 out of 10 form. Right? It was rushed, too.
It was rushed. I felt like you were just like, we just got to get this thing started.
Right, trying to get the ball rolling.
Let's just do it.
Because
you're too hot. You're coming in too hot?
Because here, we were having a big roach problem at 2813.
I like that you didn't mention this at all in the setup here. You didn't mention a single thing. You were just like, listen, we're going to talk about it on the podcast, but whatever you do.
Right, you're trying to facilitate conversation when you walk through the door.
Hey, whatever you do, don't flip a cushion right now, okay? Because
this is good.
What you mean?
So this has been going on for like 2 months now.
Oh, that's great.
Us versus roaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it seems like the roaches have maybe taken some territory.
Well, we recently.
If I open up Mike's room, is Mike going to be covered in roaches?
No, I check.
Okay.
I check there. I check every day. Mike's room's good.
Yeah.
No, it's Tuesday morning. I woke up, roach at my fucking bed, at the foot of my bed, like a puppy waiting for me.
Just looked at you like, good morning, sleepyhead. I made breakfast for you.
And it was like hiding by my pants, and it was like, I'm just trying to have fun. You know?
You had a one-night stand with a roach and didn't leave in the morning.
Wouldn't it be the worst looking thing I've woken up next to?
Oh.
Hey. All right.
Okay.
So they're not listening.
Yeah. Roach. All right. Roach problem.
So we've had, this is Roach 4. Roach 4 in 2 months.
Judgment Day.
And it was the earliest of the first roach we had.
Yeah.
I forgot where it was. I think it was in the bathroom. I didn't see it.
It's been so long.
Mike
the war has gone on for so long.
It was right at the base of my bathroom there at the door.
Who can remember how it began? The war started so long ago. Who struck first? It's lost to time.
We don't know. We'll have to consult the elders.
Yeah, the elders.
Yeah,
let's bring out the old scrolls to find out how this war.
Yeah, the Torah.
Yeah.
This is a biblical story now.
Right. Yeah.
So my roommate took care of it. Roommate Mike, he took care of it, and I had no idea it happened. He informed me.
Yep.
Then, about a week later, I wake up 5:30 in the morning to get to the gym. I turn the lights off in my kitchen. What's there? Roach 2!
Doing push-ups and sit-ups, just waiting for you.
And it's the biggest fucking... It was either the biggest roach I ever saw, or my kitchen was way smaller than I thought. It was one or the other with this roach.
You flip on the light and he's just shaking a creatine shake, just like, sup, bro? Hey, you got to hit the 4 a.m. You got to hit the... What are you doing?
My trainer.
You're 5:30 a.m.? No, you got to hit at 4 a.m.
I'm already done.
Yeah, you're already done,
just waking up, I'm already done.
Don't worry, I wiped it all down for you, so don't even sweat it, bro.
And when I saw it, I went, no! That's how I reacted at 5:30 in the morning. And Mike ran out of his room. He's like, what's going on? It's like, this fucking roach. It's roach number 2. There's roach 2 in the kitchen. But by the time...
The squeakquel.
Do roaches squeak?
No, but it's...
Do they make a sound?
Alvin and the Chipmunks, their sequel was the squeakquel.
Yes, that's true.
Anytime I have to do a sequel, I'm throwing in the squeakquel.
I'd welcome a chipmunk in my apartment.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'd be like, how the fuck you get here?
Hello. Yeah. I'm on chipmunk number 5. They just keep on coming. I don't know what's going on.
And by the time we got back to the kitchen, the roach ran under the stove.
Uh-huh.
So that we were like, and we waited for it to come out.
Yeah.
Nothing. So we were like, all right, the roach is gone. That roach got away. Roach 1, we flushed. Roach 2 got away. So we're 1-on-1.
Oh, okay. Escaped. You were saying like he's gone in like clearly in an out of sight, out of mind.
Oh yeah, we had no idea what happened.
Got it.
So for us, it's gone. Then about 2 weeks later, Mike wakes up. Roach 3 under his air conditioning vent.
But you can't confirm if that's not just roach number 2 again.
We cannot confirm it's roach number 2 again.
Right.
But to us, it's roach 3.
Got it. Roach 3.
So after that, we consulted an exterminator. Okay. We consulted an exterminator. Now, Mike's theory before the exterminator got here was that we use a lot of olive oil. And the olive oil builds grease. And we should clean more efficiently the grease from the olive oil, and that will combat roaches entering our apartment. And I received that theory from him, and I countered his theory with, we live in New York City. These roaches are coming no matter what.
And also, New York City, coated in a layer of grease.
People don't talk about
People
this.
never talk about that. That's a part of the construction. That's a part of the blueprint of everything is that
People forget that most construction workers are Italian.
Yes.
They do have olive oil on their sandwiches.
Yes.
They touch the sandwiches. Grease gets on the infrastructure of the buildings.
Of course.
Roaches
love infrastructure because of New Yorkers' greasy fingers. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I think
that's
we
the
cracked
conspiracy theory that nobody is talking about. De Blasio,
Except for Mike.
except for Mike,
who
Yeah. He knows too much.
Who is a greaseball himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Mike's starting the QAnon of the grease conspiracy of New York City.
Yeah. So the guy gets here.
Okay.
And Mike delivers him the theory.
He pitched a theory to the exterminator.
To the exterminator. He's like, I think it's because we're using grease. And the exterminator's like, yeah, it's the roaches. Like that's why you have roaches. It's because the roaches.
Right.
And they go to humidity. So they go to your air conditioning vents because of the humidity. They went under the stove because of humidity. And Mike's like, I'm pretty sure it's to do with the olive oil.
I think it'd be great
and
if
the guy's
Mike
like,
just wouldn't let it go. And he's like, you know what? In all honesty, listen, I hear what you're saying, but I also have been pouring bacon grease in our AC unit. So
Right.
do you think that has anything?
do
Do you
I
think
like
that
to wake up to bacon smell?
Do you think that it could be both of our ideas equally? Because I've been telling a lot of people that it's the grease, and you
Posting on a lot of 4chan boards.
and also what did Mike think would happen? That the exterminator would be like his eyes would widen. He's like
never even thought of that.
yeah, exactly. I gotta call the boys. I gotta get the boys together. I think we finally got this.
That's front page news. They're like, we figured out the roach problem in the city.
Yeah, after 150 years, we finally figured it out that it's our fucking olive oil that we just cook with less grease. Pam. I do only Pam.
Right, where you can only go spray oils now.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, where do they come from? And the guy's like, they come from sinks and showers and drains. They're a drain insect. So it's like very interesting. So the guy just poured a bunch of shit down drains, which we could have done.
Sure.
And so that happened. That was like a month ago. And we were doing all right. And then I woke up, Roach 4 in my fucking room, like he fucking was waiting for me.
Yeah.
Also, so my theory, because I do not like bugs. All right,
Okay.
I've once squared up against a grasshopper. I'm not proud of that.
You had the fist up.
I did have fist up. This happened in Lake George.
You take your shirt off. You take your shirt off. You just
No, I wasn't in
do
great
this.
shape then. But I did square up against the grasshopper back then. So the roach in my room.
Right.
So what I did was I took that broom and I fucking smacked near the roach.
Yes.
Roach
Yeah.
didn't move at all.
He was just like,
He fucking nothing.
Yeah.
He wasn't phased. I was like, oh, it's dead.
right.
Not thinking in my dumb brain.
Right.
Roaches have seen so much worse shit.
Yeah.
Than a fucking broom kind of near it.
Yeah, it's 4:00 in the morning, and you're the third person to hit me with a broom.
Right. You think I give a shit?
Yeah.
He's like, how do you think I got here? Someone else knocked me with the broom, and I came upstairs.
I got swatted out of a building of a window of another building into this building. So, and that was at midnight. So, what are we doing? What is this? What do you want to do?
Right. He fucking lit a cigarette after I swatted at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, okay, I'll just get the dustpan.
Yes.
And I'll sweep it into the dustpan.
Still thinking that it's dead?
Very much thinking it's dead.
Right.
And I do that, and its legs fucking started kicking. It went on its back and started kicking.
Yeah. Yeah. Temper tantrum.
And then I went, oh my God, 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 oh my God. And then I dropped it in the toilet and flushed. And I got rid of it. And that was Roach 4. So then...
Still also could be Roach 2, right? Because what did you do about Roach 3?
Really could still be Roach 1. Because we don't know if that ever came back up the pipes.
That's a good point. He was like, you just dropped me at my home. You guys were my Uber driver. You took me home. I'll see you in an hour.
Yeah, you don't think I'm fucking coming back here?
Yeah.
I don't know why all roaches sound Italian.
I don't know. It just always goes back to that mayor of New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. That's the voice for everything.
It's the only voice we have.
And so then now I have a new scientific theory. I'm testing this. This is a project I have.
Okay.
Because it's either coming up through the sink or it's coming up through the shower.
Okay.
So what I did was I have now closed the door to the shower permanently, unless I need to take a shower and I open it up. It's always closed now for the past week. Since doing that, 3 baby roaches in my shower. There is 3 degrees, college degrees in this apartment that live here. And it took us 2 months and 4 roaches to figure out, close that door.
The shower door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the third
I have
degree?
a master's.
Oh, you counted your degrees twice? Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 degrees.
All right, nice.
That's how it works.
All of a sudden, that story just became about you having 2 degrees.
This was all... I didn't even have any roaches.
You were just...
I don't even have any roaches in my apartment.
Yeah. The punchline to that was, I'm a pretty smart guy.
At the
And
end
I got
of
the
day,
documents to prove it.
Yeah, a little more educated than you.
Yeah.
Took a few
Yeah.
statistics classes.
Yeah. Call me Master Happle.
Don't call me that.
Yeah, Master Happle?
Don't. Yeah. I do not have a black belt or own people. So let's refrain from that title. But yeah, and then you asked why Mike's not here. Now this is why, because this might facilitate conversation.
Did you confuse him for roach number 5 and shoot him with a gun?
Nah, he can't fit down the toilet.
Yeah.
Mike went back to Long Island on Sunday. Because
he's doing a TED Talk on his grease problem.
Yeah, he's like, I really got to get to the bottom of this grease. He just went with a bunch of papers. He didn't even bring clothes with him. He just walked out with a bunch of papers. Like, I'll be back in like a week or 2. He went back to Long Island to his parents' place because he's afraid our apartment might come under fire from the election.
Because of the election?
Yes.
You're on the 28th floor.
We are on the 28th floor of a neighborhood where no one ever is.
If somebody could get a brick up here.
The logic it took to be like, I'm nervous about what things are going to be like. Like, order in then, bud.
Yeah.
Like, go use Peapod. Make a Peapod account if you're worried about going to the supermarket.
Right.
All right? Are you serious right now? You're an adult.
Yes.
Imagine a fucking Antifa person.
Right.
It's like, they have to, first of all, they have to find my building.
Yes.
Which, there's a lot of buildings around here.
There's a lot of buildings.
There's a lot of buildings. There's a lot of buildings, first of all, in the planet.
Yeah.
To find this specific building.
Yeah.
And then have to go into the lobby and go to the doorman and say, excuse me, I'm looking to people.
Yeah.
I'm looking to terrorize this building.
And from this building, we're actually starting a new strategy where we're starting top down. So I actually need rooftop access.
Even then, there's 20 floors above us. I'm not on the top floor. And I would imagine if you're Antifa, you like to eat the rich. You're going to start off with the apartments that face the city, not the other building on the property.
Yeah.
We have no view.
Yeah, you're not gonna attack the base level income, not income housing, but what would you consider yourself? Like 2 levels above entry level position housing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And also Antifa in general, from what we've seen, they're more of an exterior.
Yeah, they don't really do a lot of interior.
They don't do a lot of interior.
Yeah.
They're not going into places and then blowing them up from the outside. Maybe a Wendy's.
Maybe
They're going to hit a Wendy's. You're going to hit a Wendy's. You're going to hit a sporting goods store, maybe. But for the most part, they're knocking out windows and moving on.
All Antifa is the opposite of architects.
Yes.
That's all they are.
Right.
They're doing the opposite of what architects do. And they also specialize indoor and exterior.
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. They should provide a service. They should be doing demo. They should be doing demo around the city.
They should.
We could probably get a lot of that scaffolding down a lot quicker if they could just be like, oh, listen, we need to clean these facades once every 5 years. Call Antifa. Let's get Antifa in here.
Yeah. That's why there's so much scaffolding around the city is because they're always afraid Antifa's coming along.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love it if they were just like, yeah, we heard that building over there said Black Lives don't matter, and they're like, "Fuck, we're gonna scrub the shit out of that building."
Puts the scaffolding up before we attack anyone. Let's protect the people that walk by this building before we attack it. Put the scaffolding up. I also like how you're like, I'm afraid what's gonna happen with this election, man. I'm gonna wait exactly a week.
Yeah,
and then that's when things will become
right, because civil wars typically.
As we all know,
7-day stamp on it.
Right. The Civil War lasted about 2.5 days.
Yeah, right.
After one of the elections.
As soon as the blood starts running in the streets, there's just a little timer. They just turn a 7-day hourglass over, and they're just, all right, we'll see you at the end. We'll see you at the end of this.
What dumb logic.
But it's also, So assuming that Biden wins, I would be more worried about being in Long Island than I would about being in Manhattan. It's just a little bit, by like 1 degree.
Here's
Not
the thing.
that I actually think like far right is gonna like lose their shit in Long Island. I think there might be like protests and like people like going around being like fuck this shit, but I don't see people being like I'm burning down Long Island.
No,
So I guess that makes sense.
Here's the difference between a Biden versus Trump win and the result, not the result, the reaction. The reaction. Here's the reaction.
Okay.
Between Trump versus Biden. Trump wins. The left destroys cities.
Yes.
They're both sides are sore losers.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
when the left loses, they truly are children and don't know how to react to things, so they just destroy everything.
Okay.
Compared to the right, where they're not going to destroy anything, but they're going to chew your ear off a little bit. Which, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather you destroy my house. All right? I don't want to go out to dinner. I want to go to the diner. Right. And the waiter's there like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'm doing all right. And he's like, I'd do fucking better if this fucking, socialist wasn't in office. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much right now. I do a little bit better than that. You see what happened? You see what they're doing over there in Georgia? You see what they're doing? And you're like, yeah, I'm just trying to get a burger. Yeah. He's like, I'll get you a burger.
You're burning down my state of mind. You're burning.
Right. It's more of it's a mental more than a physical.
Right. The right is more of a mental Antifa. They're just going around breaking in the windows of your patience and your calm and your collection, talking about the results of the election.
Right. Both sides also very uninformed. Yeah. Both sides don't really know. I saw a tweet today from a comedian, I won't say a name, that said, thank you, black men and women, for not ruining this country. And that's someone who hasn't heard that more black men and women voted for Trump in 2020 than 2016. That's someone who is just like, you know what? I'm going to act like it's 2008 all the time.
Right.
That's how I'm going to react to things. It was always 2008.
Yeah. Nervous is not the way. I mean, I don't know. We talked about it briefly, but like, I don't know. I don't care. I do care, and then I don't care. It's like that perfect balance. So I haven't had a lot of anxiety because I feel like I've found the balance between I care a lot and I also don't care equal parts.
Nothing's gonna change, man. Nothing's changing. Everyone hold the phone.
You're just rebranding the same borderline destroyed America. Just it's the same, like it'll be fine. It's a corporation changing a CEO. What is really going to change of your day to day if a corporation swaps out their CEO?
Right.
Yeah, you will notice things in 4 years. You will notice a difference,
or you won't,
which
is most likely what's going to happen.
It depends on how much you're paying attention. Because typically, which again, I think across the board, we know America is a corporation. Blah blah blah. CEO swapping it out. But yeah, it's like if I were at a job, like recently, my CEO of my company left.
Okay.
And they brought in a new guy.
There you go.
And literally everybody was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. Nobody lost their shit. Nobody lost their mind because we don't focus that much on the day-to-day actions of the CEO.
No.
Right.
Not much is going to change.
I will be to be fair, the CEO of my company is not regulating women's bodies as much. Nearly as much. Doesn't have the potential to regulate what kind of things I do and don't that much.
Listen, neither does the president.
Right. But you know what I'm saying. Like it doesn't. The actions of the company. You know what I'm trying to say. The actions of the.
There were kids in cages before this.
Right.
There's going to be kids in cages after this. Let's just, hey, you're not in a cage.
Right.
That's pretty good. I work with a bunch of cucks, and one woman said, I just took today off. It was the day after the election. I took the day off to give myself a mental break.
Yeah.
I said, all right, you're 38 years old.
Yeah.
You should have some problems.
Yeah.
You should take a day off because your kid overdosed on opiates. That's what you should take a day off from. Yeah. You shouldn't take a day off because you need a mental break from a decision that's not going to affect you at all.
Right.
Can we be adults? Can we be adults?
It doesn't seem like anybody can be adults about. It's that we've lowered the bar for what adult means.
Significantly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like when you say, can we be adults? They go, well, everybody acts this way, so that's an adult? Well, majority of people are acting this way of like, mentally everybody's exhausted and everybody's adults, so technically that is the bar for adult. So it's like you're now sage-like elder who's just like, just go. It's not fine, but it is fine. You know what I mean? It's the think about it hard, don't think about it. Find balance. That's it. Just find balance.
Right.
It's
and don't tell people about it.
It's just any problem that anybody has in their life. It's like don't tell people about it.
Don't tell people.
Don't tell people about it because everybody's got fucking problems.
Right.
Everybody's got problems. Most people probably have bigger problems than you do. Like anytime I think about, I'm going to tell somebody what my problem is, I preface it with, I know they don't give a shit.
There you go.
And I'm pleasantly surprised when somebody goes, I'm interested. Keep talking. I know that they still, it won't affect them.
Yes.
It doesn't matter to them.
Of course.
But it's nice that they'll be like, okay, well then talk. Take some time to think about it. But I also know I'm like, they don't care. And if they start talking to me about their problems, I don't really care. Like, I'll try to be empathetic. I'll be like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I don't care.
Right.
Truly, I don't care.
We're in a weird time now because with a lot of people suffer from anxiety.
Yes.
Which is not different than before. That has been a historic thing.
Right.
People have always had anxiety.
Yes.
In 2020, people deal with it through medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Through a service dog.
Pound and bruise.
Well, that's historically how people do it, right?
You're talking about innovations?
People now handle anxiety differently than before. They have the medical marijuana, they have the dogs, and I think that's fine. How I handle my anxiety, and this I might be a little old school here.
Yeah.
It's called dealing with it.
Okay.
That's how I handle my anxiety. I work through it, and you might call me a bit of a conservative when I say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just what's step one of you dealing with it?
Just working through, just being like, hey, people have bigger problems than this.
Okay, perspective. You start with perspective.
Right. Everyone that I know that has anxiety, that tells me they have anxiety, is someone that comes from money, usually white. It's amazing to me how someone that doesn't tell me that has anxiety is a single mother who's riding the bus to her third job. That person never talks about their anxiety.
Yeah, because their anxiety is stress.
No, because they don't have time.
Right.
They're like, listen, I got to get shit done. Compared to other people that are like, actually, do you have a minute? Can you talk? I don't have a minute because I have things to do.
Well, what about busy people who are anxious?
They're trying to improve the anxiety by improving their situation.
Okay. All right. I mean, I hear what you say. Yeah, when you say dealing with it, though, so you're saying put it in perspective. You're going to look at your problems compared to other people's problems, that it's not a big deal, right? You're not.
Right. No one that audibly says I have anxiety
yes.
truly has a problem. Not many people.
I mean, I don't agree with that.
People that have real anxiety aren't educated to the point that they even know that's anxiety. They just think like, oh, fuck, this sucks. Yeah. How am I going to solve this? And then they try to solve it.
Well, you're basically saying because they're not emotionally literate enough, mentally literate enough?
It's that, and they just don't have time. They're like, I have to improve my life, so I have to keep working to get myself out of this situation.
Yes.
If this election truly gives you stress, you have to realize, listen, bud, bigger fish to fry.
Well, listen, I'm not debating that. I 100% agree with you that it's back to what I was just saying. It's just you find balance. I don't think that it's healthy to 100% ignore what's going on by like just being like blah blah blah. I'm in my fucking bubble, foggy. I'm not looking at the news. I have no context for what's happening. I don't think that's super healthy because then you just become an ignorant fuck who's just like, oh, I don't care. I'm out of it. It's like it's a pretty privileged thing to be like, none of it matters, and I don't need to be aware of anything going on. You know what I'm saying? Leaning too heavily into the pendulum. Whereas if you know way too much about it, it's also not super healthy because you're just like, I just know all of it. It's like a documentary. It's like knowing all the information of a documentary, being like, there's nothing I can really do about it. I just have all this information. That's how it feels like watching the news all the time.
Right. And
it's constantly watching a documentary.
Right. And if you have time to watch a documentary or watch a lot of news, go do something. Go improve your life in some capacity.
Yes. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I hear, there's nothing wrong. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that option. But what you said, people with anxiety don't really have problems.
They're not. No. Again, put it in perspective.
Well, again, it's like
social anxiety, like we said last episode, not a real problem. That's not a real problem. Is it life or death?
Okay,
is it going to kick
right.
you out of your apartment?
But it's
no. Then shut the fuck up and don't. If you sound stupid to someone, then shut the fuck up.
Right, but what you're saying is like you just have a higher threshold for what a problem is.
I know what other. You don't have a realistic handle of what a real problem is.
No, it's not. It's not a sense of realistic and unrealistic. It's just a line in the sand that you just drew that said anything on that side of the line is not a problem, and everything on this side of the line is a problem, which is a valid point. It's just that where their line in the sand is different from where your line in the sand is.
And that's privilege. That's the definition of privilege.
I guess it's
you're not guessing.
Wrong. You're not wrong. That is an aspect of privilege, but what you're also kind of saying is like you're right on the line of not privilege, which is kind of weird. Like you have the correct line in the sand, which is kind of weird. Like I don't think you're wrong, but I just think that's weird that you're like, I'm the line, and anybody who has anything below that problem-wise that they think is anxiety is not a real problem.
Social anxiety isn't a real problem. That's a fact. That is not something that affects your health, your income, or your housing.
I'll give you fact. I'll give you an example of how, and you're not gonna. I think it's valid. It's like, okay, so somebody has social anxiety all through like high school into college. It's an issue that they deal with. They're sort of like a social leper, or like people, they have a hard time making friends.
Loser. You're describing a loser.
Yeah, I'm describing a loser.
Yeah.
Yes, but that aspect of like, if that's preventing them from what they perceive as being happy, then that is an issue that they need to deal with to be happy. It sounds like this problems, an issue, the line in the sand that like problems that are real problems are things that are preventing you from being happy, right? Isn't that what you're saying?
No, living. This is where we see a difference.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of problems. A roach in my apartment's a problem.
Yes,
but it's not a real problem.
To them it is.
It's all a class thing. Social anxiety is a problem for someone who went to art school and now works in an art field. Someone who works in a coal mine doesn't have time to have social anxiety.
But that doesn't mean that they don't have social anxiety.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we're not even at that.
You're saying you're saying because it's not on their list of problems, it's not a problem.
They don't have time for it. Right. It's not even on the docket of problem because they don't have time to even get to that, to rest enough to realize, oh yeah, when I walk into a place, I'm nervous what people think of me. They're like, I need to drink a bottle of liquor because I just worked in a coal mine for 14 hours.
Right.
Right. It's like when they're debating the president, they're saying, is Biden pro-fracking or anti-fracking? And I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Fracking doesn't matter.
Right.
But for most Americans, it does.
It matters on some level that I
don't even know what fracking is.
It's just, well, as far as I can understand, it's like a machine takes a big straw and then they suck it, suck it up like a milkshake. I just thought it was a very silly visual that I was creating, which was machines sucking milkshakes out of mountains. Because that's
Yeah.
basically
That sounds like that's how art school describes fracking.
Yeah. I had to do it's like I had to do design a booklet on what fracking was, and I was like, happy little milkshake man coming in.
So here's the project
Drink
today.
up your mountain. I'll drink it up.
Here's the final. You get hired by ExxonMobil.
Yes.
And they're about to frack the Adirondacks, which I don't even know if you could do. But that's the project.
It sounds right.
They need you to come up with a marketing campaign.
RuPaul's running it. And
RuPaul's is also hired by Exxon.
Yeah. You know he fracks? Did you know that?
RuPaul fracks?
RuPaul fracks. He's got like a this was like hot goss in like fucking July, which might as well have been 5 years ago. But it was something like he has a ranch in like Wyoming or somewhere, and on that ranch he fracks the mountain that he like has. And everybody was like,
no way.
Everybody was like, RuPaul fucking fracks?
That is exactly how you be a gay American.
Yeah.
Exactly. You accept that you're gay.
Okay.
You now do it in entertainment, exploit your talents, gather money, buy a place where you could frack a mountain, take the oil, make even more money.
Right.
That's how you gay in America.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he's just American. That just sounds like some American shit. It's like everybody in the town were like, I love that Rupert Paul. That Rupert Paul is fucking killing it. They're just
I think his real name's Ru, isn't it? His real name, I think his real name's RuPaul.
I'm just assuming that everybody's like, they don't care that he's gay, so they're just like, I love that Rupert Paul. He's great.
I'll tell you one thing. That's how you gay.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying
Hey,
in West Virginia now.
Hey, listen. I don't like all of them, but I like this one. This one's pretty good. Hey, I like what he's about. He's got his milkshake thing going on in the mountain thing. I like that.
That's also how people
Yeah.
that
Hey,
work in
I
the
went to
industry.
art school, okay? RISD grad. RISD grad 2011, okay? And all I'm saying is I like the cut of his jib when he does milkshake. I'm doing, what is that? Dale Dibadome?
Yeah, you're doing Dale Dimmadome, but of gay fracking.
Yeah. Hey, Dale Dibadome here. I love the cut of his jib and how he uses his machines to suck out milkshakes out of the mountain. It's almost Obama. It became Obama?
They're all the same person, actually.
Yeah.
People don't talk about.
You've never seen Dale Dimmadome and Obama in the same room. That's all I'm saying.
Tell me once when you saw it.
That's all I'm saying.
I just imagine RuPaul.
Take that, QAnon. You run with that.
It's the 70s, and RuPaul's with like a bunch of gay guys, and the gay guys are like, I think we should all open a salon. And then we run the salons. And they're like, yes.
I think we should eat a mountain.
Yes. All the gay guys are like, yes, salons. And RuPaul's like, nah. You're thinking small potatoes. We run the underground clubbing scene. We take the money. We start a TV show, get more money. Then what do we do with the TV show? We buy salons? No. We buy an oil mountain. We buy an oil mountain, suck the oil out, sell it to the Saudis.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn, RuPaul.
Jesus, RuPaul.
That's how you're gay.
They're all like undoing their earrings. They're just like, damn, RuPaul. That's wild. He goes on a hike one time, looks at a mountain. He's like, I'm going to suck the shit out of you. Fuck you. Mountain.
And he he went to Texas one day and he was like, oh, hey guys, how you doing? Oh, what you doing over there? And they're like, we're making billions of dollars.
Yeah. He's like,
that's what I thought.
Yes. I'm
How do I get in?
Yeah, you son of a bitch. I'm in. What do I gotta do? Yeah. It's very much it feels like the that Zoolander scene where he goes to the coal mine and he like does it for a day and he's like, he thinks he got cancer and everything, but except it ends with him being like, oh no, I really like this, and I'm actually gonna monopolize on this.
RuPaul had the foresight to be like, I'm not getting in it, I'm getting on top of it. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna let these lackeys do it for me and collect the money.
Yeah.
What a genius RuPaul is.
Fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
Showing up.
This should be studied by scholars.
RuPaul?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. RuPaul should be on Shark Tank. RuPaul should do his
That's
own...
the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Oh,
that's the smartest
fracking?
business thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Is taking your runway
show, and then behind closed doors, you're
fracking oil.
Yeah, your BP. RP. RuPaul. There you go. Bam.
BPRP.
Yeah, BP. BP X RP. Damn. Let's do it. That's the collab I want to see. RuPaul, they're taking their next oil spill. They got a duck covered in oil, and then RuPaul just blows glitter on his face.
They're like, RuPaul, when are you going to collaborate with Andy Cohen on Bravo? And he said, never.
Never.
I'm getting in bed with Exxon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing, you dumb cucks. Why do I want Andy Cohen when I can own a country?
Yeah. I got a fucking refinery that they named after me in the middle of the ocean.
Imagine that. Imagine they name a refinery RuPaul Refinery. And they're like, there's no way that's named after the...
Couldn't be. And there's just a giant wig on the
You get into it and it's just work. Yeah. Turn to the left, work it, girl. And they're like, what? Everyone fracking the mine has like fantastic makeup on.
Yeah. Their pores are they're so small. Their pores are so small. They're all moist. All the dudes are moist.
Right.
Yeah. It's great. They got Gucci tank tops on. They're crushing it.
Crushing it.
Absolutely. So anyway, RuPaul fracks.
RuPaul fracks.
Fracks. Wait, was that your beef? Wait, what was your beef? You said you had a beef.
Roaches was my beef.
Beef of the week? Roaches?
Beef of the week is roaches.
Yeah.
And I think I'm onto something with this tub. Closing the door.
Yeah.
Three baby roaches in one tub?
Roaches.
In 4 days?
Yeah. Yep.
I think not, roaches.
I think not.
I'm on to you.
Yeah. It's also funny that you were like, oh, they're coming in one at a time. No, just one out of the 3 you keep finding. So there's just like...
Well, they got to split apart somehow in the pipes.
Well, they're not in cahoots
It's
with
the
each other.
28th floor. I mean, how'd you even get here?
Yeah.
Why did you stop here?
Yeah, that's what I think when I when I'm like on like a rooftop and then you find a fly on the rooftop. You ever see that happen?
What?
Like you're like on the roof of a building and
Yeah.
somehow there's like a fly or a bug up there, like of a really tall building, and
Right.
there's how
The
fuck,
view.
Well, how the fuck did they get there?
The wings.
They flew up 28 floors?
Yeah. You're making it sound like flying up 3 floors is whatever. They got wings.
Right,
If a human flew 3 floors, I'd be like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
I'm saying to the top of your building.
Yes.
If I got to the top of your building and there was a fly there, and you're telling me that from the base of your building, the fly just flew up and just kept going up?
Oh, I think it's zigzagged, but yeah, I'm thinking that's how it gets
up to the
there.
28th floor, and then it was just like, well, I'm here now. I'm going to fly around. I don't think that's how flies work.
I think that's exactly how.
They would probably die halfway up, just exhausted.
There's no way.
I'm just saying, like, what?
There should be more hawks on buildings.
Oh, well, hawks make sense because they flap and then they go up and like, but I'm saying fly is so small.
They could do it.
I'm just thinking energy-wise, the exhaustion to fly.
I know nothing about the energy system of flies. I will say that.
It's a
I'm not
good
gonna
feeling
act.
I have. I don't know anything about it, but it's a good feeling I have that they wouldn't be able to do it.
I think they can do it.
I have an internal Mythbusters team in me that
Your instinct is telling you flies can't fly up 28 floors.
Exactly. And
I have a feeling they can.
And they have the same amount of scientific evidence that's provided in Mythbusters.
Do roaches have wings? Roaches don't have wings.
Technically, they do.
What?
They have the ability to fly, bro.
Roaches can fly?
You haven't even seen their...
That thing in my room could fly?
Yeah, you haven't even seen their final form yet. You have no fucking... It's Dragon Ball Z. You haven't even seen Perfect Bug yet. It's fucking... They're going to go Super Saiyan on you and just... Yeah. There's something where, like, if you try to swat them, they can, like, some of them...
No fucking way. Don't tell me this.
Yeah. But it's also... It's weird that roaches is... I mean, I get it because they're gross and, like, they're germy and whatever, but it's like... I would be more afraid of like a spider, I guess. I don't know. I guess
no,
the
it's
older
all of it, babe.
The older I get, the less I care about bugs.
Nope.
Because it's
consistent.
Just like, they're not gonna bite. They're not gonna like a spider can bite you, but it's like they're not likely to bite you.
Doesn't matter. They're like ugly people. Anything ugly, I don't want around me.
You sound like you went to art school.
No,
you just became.
I sound like someone that has taste. That's what I sound like. Anything ugly, get it out.
Yeah,
I'm done with it.
Yeah,
cockroach out. Spider out. Most of the people that I went to college with.
Yeah.
You're gone.
People with social anxiety ow.
Unless they're hot.
Unless they're hot. Yeah.
If you're hot, you could stay.
Yeah, unless they're like an Instagram model who's like, ooh, I have a problem talking to people. You're in. Everybody else, you're out.
Oh, shut the fuck up with the hot people telling me that they're nervous around other people.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
hot.
just like you. Hey, I'm just like you. I go to a party and like there's a lot of people. I have a hard time going up and saying hello.
Oh my God. You ever see a hot girl be like, I don't know why I'm still single? It's because your personality sucks.
The worst thing
That's why.
The worst thing is a hot person in a group going, oh man, I get so nervous. I don't even know what to say. Haha, what is this? And it's like, okay,
but this is
fine. Just.
I'm also saying for women also. What? A hot woman who's like, I don't know why I'm single. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think dudes say that. Dudes don't really say they don't say that sentence. They say it in a different way.
I guess women.
I've never heard a guy go, I don't know why I'm single, dude. Like it's just like what? They're just
some guys say it and it's like, well, look at you.
Yeah.
But hot women will say, I don't know why I'm still single. People will say about a hot guy, why is he still single? And the reason for that could be a multitude of factors. Usually, it's because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Or that's the main reason.
For me, it seems to be all personality. You can have a stupid person who has a good personality and they're fine. I know stupid people who have great personalities.
Are they hot? We're talking hot. Hot's the main criteria right now.
But all that I'm saying is like stupid doesn't mean the same as bad personality. Like you could
stupid and bad personality.
Smart person, shit personality also is probably in a relationship, but also is terrible person. I guess I'm comparing a wrong thing.
It's like a dog. Okay. Dogs are stupid, but they're fun as hell.
They got great personalities.
And they got great personalities.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So like the dude who's like, oh, how is he still single? He just probably has a shit personality.
Right. I could see that.
You know, like you can have an intelligent person with a shit personality who is terrible on dates and does not have social functionality to maintain a relationship.
I'll retract that. I will say personality before intelligence.
You heard it here first, folks. That might be Rich's first retraction on recorded, besides the retractions that we used to do at the beginning of the episode, in mid-conversation retract.
Mid-conversation retract.
Usually you need a day or two to think about it. You need to go into the ad and be like, I gotta retract that.
I meant personality. Yes. Yeah, to me, intelligence is in fact like kind of intermingled.
I mean, definitely.
With personality.
Of course. It's like somebody would describe somebody's personality as like an intelligent personality, but at the same time, it's like I tend to go like, that's a smart person, that's a dumb person. But then But then I also go, that person's fun to hang out with. And I don't go because they're smart. I go because they got a good personality.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I really don't want to hang out with too many smart people.
I don't like hanging out with smart people at all.
Prevent fun.
I don't like hanging out with anybody who does not like to goof around and do bits. That's it.
I want to be the reasonable one in the group.
You want to be the reasonable one?
I want to be the reasonable one.
Oh, I like to be the one who jumps outside and everybody's like, what is this? What are you doing?
Oh, no.
I like to jump. I like to say silly things. I like to be the silly person that everybody's got to reel back in.
I need people to bring me. I need someone to be like, let's go fucking whitewater rafting. And I go, what?
Yeah.
And they say, we're going, bitch. I got you a ticket. That's what I need. That's the type of person I have to center myself around.
Yeah.
I'll need someone to be like, is there basil on this avocado toast? I'm allergic to it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Eat the basil and get all inflamed, you
now
dumb
there's
bitch.
Spit on it, and then you spit on it.
And I spit on it.
Yeah, anybody who we must have talked about this last episode. Anybody, if I'm with a group of people and like one person doesn't want to do like bits and goof around and like be silly and like allow me to make fun of them and with the understanding that they then make fun of me, is not a person that I will spend a lot of time with.
No.
I will spend almost zero time as needed. Because the whole idea, it's exactly what we were saying last time. Now that I'm remembering. I don't want to be in conversations where all I do is ask about what's up with them. Like, what's up?
Yes.
What's happened since the last time we hung? And that's it. And that's all they want to do is just recap what happened before and then what will happen after this.
Yes, that's very boring.
Very boring.
I need people to work bits with, all right?
I need to work bits.
6:30 this morning, I texted Tom Luciano and Kyle Mara about a bit I had. I typed it out at 6:30 in the morning, sent it to them, and I said, hey, what do you think of this? And they said, keep working, bud. They said, keep working.
Did they at least have the courtesy to do the ha-ha bubble? Did they do the ha-ha bubble on it?
No, they were like, this one's good, this one's not, work on this one. And I said, I will, and I'll get back to you. And I got back to him, and I didn't hear back. But what's important is that I worked on the bit. Will I release the video on YouTube? Because it is a here's the thing.
Yeah.
We will see.
We will see.
We will see.
We will see. Yeah.
Why are they up at 6:30 in the morning?
I don't know.
Also with me.
We talked to Tom last weekend. I think he gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And then he
5:30 stares at the
so.
ceiling. He stares at the ceiling.
He's a fucking loon, that guy. Love him, but he's a loon.
What time do you go to the gym?
I wake up at 5:30. I've talked about this. That's when I saw the
So he gets up a half hour early
2.
for you, and he's a loon?
I think you actually wake up at the same time. But then he used to eat sardines for breakfast.
Yeah.
He's got his own fucking thing going on, that guy.
Yeah. And what's Kyle Mara doing up?
He works in Flushing in a refrigerator part store.
I was going to say, he's still doing that?
It's his family business.
So he's back in the store.
Oh, they never left.
He never shut down?
No, they were required, necessary.
Oh,
people who have refrigerators that break down. And
I had a refrigerator that broke down.
You should have called that fucking Slavic bitch.
I bet
He's
he
not
had
Slavic, Croatian.
That's
his grandfather's name was Arsen. I'm giving you a lot of details
Arsen
about
Mara?
Kyle. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think his last name was Mara. I think they changed it to sound more American.
Mara.
Yeah, like that.
Nope, not like that.
Not like that.
But that isn't at all what it sounded like.
I do the Bachelor recap. First of all, if you're not watching my Bachelor recaps, you're fucking losing out. I'll tell you one thing. I've been getting a decent amount of followers, decent amount of engagement through that. That's by far the most successful thing I've done during quarantine. It's Bachelor recaps. I have no idea why. People love it. And I think it's really bad.
It's easy content, and it's like I was saying before. When they talk to their friend and they go, hey, I was looking at this thing, and it's this guy, this trash bag who recaps The Bachelor.
All I did was steal Jared Fried's. Jared Fried does the same thing, and I stole it from him.
I'm saying you gotta have that one-liner. You gotta have that one-liner. So then when somebody's talking to their friend, they go, oh, I was listening to a podcast, and these two cucks were talking for an hour and a half, and then they kissed on the mouth. That's every episode.
Every episode, he kisses the guest on the mouth.
They end the episode where he kisses him on the mouth.
I will be going on Louisa Lang and Tommy O'Regan's podcast to talk Bachelor. I'll put the link up when I do it.
Wow.
But
yes,
Louisa Lang, she has some nice hookups now.
Okay.
Nikki Glazer, MTV.
Yep.
Louisa Lang, she's got her pulse on the fucking thing. But I was doing the Bachelor recaps, and I get a DM from this person this morning. 7:45, I get the DM.
Okay.
It's like, what do you think about this and that and about The Bachelor? And I answered back, right then.
Okay.
And they're like, what are you doing up so early? And I said, being a successful human being. That's what I'm doing up this early. Would you think this is early? It's 7:45.
I am carping the DM, okay? Thank you.
I woke up at 5:30. I fought a cockroach. I squatted 300 pounds. I turned down the fucking personal trainer that asked me to do a free session with him. I got a cup of coffee. I came back here and I read your DM. That's what I did. Enough with the personal trainers offering me fucking... This is what happened, Taylor. I go... The guy who used to work the front desk of the gym...
Yes, the guy who knows your name?
Frankie. And he's out.
Oh, he's out.
He quit.
Okay.
We got this new girl. I don't know what her name is. She's not as fun as Frankie. Frankie was a sassy, gay black guy. I liked him. He was fun.
Yeah.
He had a cross earring that dangled. I like that. I like when people have those.
Cross earrings that dangle?
That dangle specifically. Regular cross earring, I'm not in. Dangle, I'm in.
Yeah, because you're taking Jesus and you're making it spicy and fun, and I like that.
Right.
Like
you made it sassy.
Yeah,
you made God sassy, and I'm
God
in for
sassy.
that.
Yes, exactly.
This girl...
Yeah,
I was going to call her a kook, but she's not crazy.
Yeah.
She just, I don't know. She's just like a regular...
Yeah, I could hear a C about to come out.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, God.
I was going to go kook there.
All right, go ahead.
And so I go, and she's like, what are you doing today? And I said, I'm doing some cardio.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, have you ever thought about lifting some weights? Now, I don't know if you've ever seen me, but I don't look like a marathon runner.
Sure.
I look like this is the only time I've ever done cardio was today.
Right.
I look like I'm turning over a new leaf.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I do that on other days. I've been doing the cardio today. And she's like, oh, well, maybe you'd think about doing a free training session with me.
Yeah.
Lifting some weights. And I say, no, thank you. That's what I said to her. I said, you know what? No, thank you. But this is where my fucking brain is, Taylor, all right?
Okay.
The next day, it's 55 degrees out. I have to wear a coat. I usually wear my Lululemon coat there because it's very insulated and I keep warm, but I also like people to know that I have a little money, even though they don't know I got 60% off it.
Yep.
And I usually wear that.
Yep.
But I said not today.
Right.
And what I did was I took that jacket over there, and if you look at that jacket, it's my old Sloan Kettering exercise oncology jacket.
Nice.
And I wore that to the gym so she could see that I know a little thing about exercise, bitch. I know a lot more than you. Did you have a free Nike Golf embroidered jacket? I don't think so. You're working off commission like a dumb idiot.
Yeah. And now you got spit on your face, and then you spit on her face.
And then I spit right on her face. Also, if I should bring this up, the first shift she had there, it was like the first cold day here. This was like last week, like early last week.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and you have to take your temperature. They have a thermometer, like a wall thermometer.
Yeah.
And I step up, and I stand in front of it. It says low.
Okay.
Meaning?
Yeah. Not.
Low battery.
Oh, not low temperature.
No, low battery.
Okay.
It flashes red. It's very obvious that this thing needs batteries.
Yes.
And she's, I do it again low. I do it a third time low. And she's like, no, you know what the problem is? You were just outside where it's cold. You came inside, it's warm. The thermometer can't read your temperature because you're just too cold. And I said, the thing that reads temperatures
can't read
my temperature? And you want to be a trainer? You want people to essentially take medical advice from you.
Yeah.
You idiot. You serious right now? New York Sports Club, Broad Street. I'm paying $60 a month for this shit.
They had the digital scale, but the battery died. And she's like, you know what it is.
You're on the moon.
You're on the moon. Yeah. With gravity is a little bit different, and so the scale is not going to work. That'll be $80, please.
Truly, that's what we're going on.
Yeah.
At the gym now, I was going to say, I was going to sound mean there. But I was going to sound mean, but I didn't mean it to be mean. I was going to be like, have you been to the gym yet? That's what I was going to say.
Listen, I appreciate that. I probably wouldn't have taken it as an insult until like an hour later.
Right.
Like, that hurt my feelings.
So that's what I was going to say.
Yes, but yeah.
But at the gyms now, I don't even know if this is at the gyms. This is at the one gym I go to.
Okay.
Instead of, they want you to keep 6 feet away from people.
Yes.
In a gym.
Well,
very difficult to do.
Everywhere. It's not just the gym.
Right, now, but everywhere. I'm saying,
yes, the gym specifically is asking you to do it. Yes.
So what this gym does is that they take caution tape and wrap it around pieces of equipment.
Okay, to say once it's done, and then
you can't use this. Here's the problem: they would wrap it around like 2 next to each other, and then leave 4 things next to each other on caution taped. And then walk across the gym, do another one, walk across the gym, there's no rhyme or reason for the caution tape. But the best part is, as they're caution taping all this, I go every day, they don't clean shit. There's dirty towels all over the place. There's a dead guy in the corner. Someone took a shit in the sink.
Yeah, they took a shit at that front section of the treadmill, so that when it turns on, it's just rolling shit all throughout it. That
actually would make it kind of cleaner.
A little bit cleaner?
It'd be a little cleaner.
Or somebody put piss all over it, so they're at least it's sterile.
Yeah, that's right. It works like a jellyfish thing.
It's just like a jellyfish thing.
I talked to the head trainer there, this guy Rob, sweetheart of a guy, but he's a real fucking have you ever talked to a black lab? Have you ever talked to a black lab?
No one's ever asked me that. No.
Have you ever tried to have a conversation with a black lab or a golden retriever?
Yes.
Have you?
Difficult to do.
It's very difficult to do.
Difficult to do.
That's what talking to this guy Rob is.
Okay.
Rob lives on Long Island. He lives in Baldwin. He takes the train in to work at this gym. Now, you're probably thinking, Rich, are there gyms between Baldwin, Long Island, and Wall Street, New York City? There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few.
One or two.
There's one or two.
One or two.
This guy takes an hour train in and then a half-hour subway down to make $55 a year. Nevertheless, fun guy. Fun guy. Got a tattoo sleeve. He's got a few goldfish. Fun guy, Rob.
Fun guy.
I'm chatting him up because I'm wearing a Garden City CrossFit shirt, which I'm not proud I did CrossFit for 3 years, but it's what it is. And we get to talking, and he's like, yeah, man, in the mornings, real dead in here. Real dead. And I said, yeah, I like it. He's like, yeah, it's not good for business. But you know what? 5 o'clock to 9 till close, you wouldn't even know we were in a pandemic. It's packed. Packed in here. And I was like, yeah, shouldn't your job be for it not to be like that? Shouldn't your job be to prevent that? I'm pretty sure that's what we're trying to do here, Rob.
Right. So are you saying that he should have been cycling people out?
What they should, so how
telling people not to come in.
Right, how my gym is doing it is you check in,
and
they're telling us that they're keeping a tally of how many people are in the gym.
Yeah, do they do the contact trace thing? Do you have to like put in your name every time you show up? Like,
I mean, you have the swap.
Oh, you have to sign in anyway.
Yeah, you have to sign in anyway. Yeah. So they're telling you like, oh, we have this many people, and they don't tell you, but that's their idea.
Yeah.
That's how they're like, oh no, don't worry, we don't have too many people. We know how many people are in here.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Apparently not New York Sports Club on Broad Street.
Yeah.
Who's making me pay $60 a month. Apparently not.
Yeah.
All right. The same guy was also like he tried to sell me. He's like, why don't you train with me? And I'm like, I try to be nice with these people, Taylor. Yeah. I try to be nice. I go, nah, no thanks, I'm good. He's like, well, come on, I'll teach you a few things. I love when someone's like, I'll teach you a few things with exercise. Yeah. There's very little you have to teach someone about exercise.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm good. He's like, what, you think you know a lot about exercise?
That's funny. That's a funny response.
It's also a very Long Island response.
Yeah. Like you think it's.
You think you know more than me?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know things.
Yeah.
You think you know more things than me?
Are you calling me fucking dumb? Calling me fucking dumb?
And again, is he dumb? Yes, but I wasn't calling him dumb.
Calling him dumb. You're calling him dumb now.
Now I'm calling him dumb.
Right. But at the time.
Right. I mean, are golden retrievers dumb? Yes. Again, dumb but fun. I'd hang out with him. I'd get a beer with him.
Right.
Am I going to take medical advice? No.
Do you consider exercise?
I very much consider exercise medical advice.
Wow.
Yes. Most people don't, because most people don't know how to properly exercise and know the science behind it.
Yeah. Which is when you just said like people, it doesn't take much to learn exercise.
Yeah.
I would argue the opposite. Not that I like didn't know. Yeah, I mean, I did those digital training things, and I still do them.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 7 years in the industry, and let me tell you, they kind of just repeat the same things over and over again.
I've definitely kind of capped off, where I'm just doing it to do it.
Yeah, you're just getting more like into the cellular level at points, and you're like, why do we even have to know what's going on in the cells?
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, so you think you know a little bit?
Right.
And this is what got me started on next time I'm coming in, I'm wearing my fucking Sloan Kettering fucking jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
To just tell you a thing.
Yeah. And you should get a hat. You should get a hat and just.
Well, I don't work there anymore, and I kind of burned a few bridges, so I can't get.
Yeah, and by burned a bridge, you mean you burned a cancer ward in the arson. You committed arson, and you burned down part of the cancer ward, right?
No, I very much told those people I do not like them, and I just don't want to talk to you ever again.
You know, that's crazy because that seems very out of character for you.
Yeah,
it seems like something that
I know something more people should do. You don't like someone, tell them, hey, I don't like you.
Yeah,
it's pretty effective.
Effective for what?
For them not to talk to you again.
Was this while you were working there or when you were leaving?
Once I put my 2 weeks in, I was like, we're doing it, baby. Get the torches and get the fire blower. The fucking fire blower. Fire blower.
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower. Because I'm scorching.
Yeah.
Get your sunglasses because it's going to get pretty bright.
Yeah, and they're like, listen, we don't know much about Rich, but he keeps on talking about burning stuff. We think he might try to burn this place down.
No.
And obviously they didn't know you were just speaking in metaphors.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they were your last day, they're just like, is he going to do it? Do you smell gas? Everybody's just going around being like, you smell gas?
But it feels so good. Have you ever told someone to fuck off? It's amazing. The power.
Maybe on the street. I told somebody to get the fuck out of my way today. I got an e-bike. On my way over here.
Hey.
I was peak electricity today. I jumped on a Revel coming over. I took the Revel to the Williamsburg Bridge.
Okay.
And then I saw that they had an e-bike available for City Bike. I don't know if you've used an e-bike before. It is incredible. It was my first time using it. And every time you pedal, it just feels like you got an invisible dad pushing you behind, like when you're learning how to bike.
Do you think it's your dad in back?
Exactly.
It wasn't even an electric bike.
That's why I was crying the whole way across the bridge. Dad!
You felt a kiss on your head?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's as soon as I locked it in, I heard a whisper of, "I love you." I'm proud of you.
There was wet
City
ink.
Bike.
There was wet ink on your signature, your dad's signature on your leg.
Yeah.
You're like, how is there ink on my? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Thank you, City
And
Bike.
the windows open and there's wind blowing on the.
Yeah, a cloud formed and it became my dad, like Mufasa. Or no, Mufasa?
Yeah, your dad's in the stars.
Yeah, my dad's in the stars. Yeah. Anyway, I took an e-bike.
You took an e-bike.
But I was riding through Chinatown, and it was one of those, like, I was going through a green light, and I was, like, way far out, and then somebody tried to cross, and I was like, that's fine. And then another guy was just not paying attention and just, like, walked out following the person in front, and he just looked at me. He was like, we were within hitting distance, and he was just kind of, like, stopped, deciding whether I was going to go left and right, and I was literally just like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't have time to think. You decide. You move back or you move forward. You don't stop for me to decide. Move. And then he just looked at me, and I was like, okay, you're dumb as fuck.
No, or he couldn't speak English.
Still, you get the context clues of somebody you don't know coming at you on a bike yelling. You don't think, I should stand still. That's not your first thought.
That's another type of golden retriever.
Yeah. The golden retriever that gets hit by a vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're dumb.
It's a little unfortunate.
That's what it is.
I feel like that's Marley and Me. Does Marley and Me end with the dog getting hit by a car? It dies somehow.
It dies.
It dies somehow.
I don't know if it gets hit by a car.
Must be like a disease. That's sad.
We're going to... I'll have to watch Marley and Me.
It's
Or at
not
least
like it's
read
not like
the Wikipedia.
It's not like we got Marley and Me stans who are watching this just being like,
Yeah, there
how
might be a
fucking
few.
dare you? Everybody knows he got into the shack with a gun, blew his own brains out.
That would be crazy.
That would be fun.
But yeah, I told someone to fuck off. A little different. Little different at work. We had a chest press at work. Okay. A chest press machine.
Yes.
An exercise machine. It was on a bit of an incline.
Okay.
The bench.
Yeah.
Not much, a bit of an incline.
Sure.
And I was a little concerned because the muscle fiber recruitment will be altered if it's a little increased, the bench. So I was like, I don't like that this is so increased. Is there any way we can flatten it? And my coworker said, no, this is a shoulder press. And I said, it's a chest press. It says it actually on the machine.
Yeah.
And she said, well, it's slightly inclined, which uses more of your shoulder, so it's a shoulder press. And what I could have done was said, okay, but my 2 weeks were in, and I hated this person. So instead of saying okay, I said, are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Sure.
And they said, what? And I said, are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
It says chest press on the machine.
Yeah.
Needless to say, she doesn't follow me on Instagram anymore.
Sure. You think she's watching the episode?
Who gives a fuck? Fuck you, Catherine.
There you go. Nice. Nailed it.
And so this gets back to the guy at the gym. So now the golden retriever at the gym, where I'm trying not to say fuck off.
Okay. Yes.
So I wear that, and he doesn't pick up on my Sloan Kettering jacket.
Right.
And he's like, so you really don't want to work out with me, huh? I was like, nope, I'm good. He's like, what you know about exercise? I was like, have a master's in clinical exercise physiology, and I was a fellow in the exercise oncology program at Sloan Kettering. He's like, oh, so you were like a trainer? And I said, no. Nothing like that, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, like 10%.
Yeah.
Like a trainer.
Right.
As much of an ant is like a fly.
Yeah.
That's about it. And he's like, oh, no, I got a pretty good education in exercise. I went down to American Top Team MMA gym, learned a few exercises for MMA trainers.
Whoa.
And I said, yeah, that's kind of exactly the opposite of what I did.
Right.
You know what you did? All right, I did the opposite of that. And I helped people. And he was like, so do you want, I swear to God, he's like, so would you want to be a trainer here? I need trainers. And I said, you really don't get it, huh, guy? Yeah. You're really just not picking up that I'm above you.
Yeah, that's always a good way to exit the conversation. Be like, hey, man, you don't get this, but I'm so much better than you are.
Doesn't talk to me anymore. And like I said last episode, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Less people talking to me.
Fewer people talking to you. Whereas I'm looking to get my numbers up. To say nice things to me.
Come to New York Sports Club.
There you go.
Come hang out with Rob.
Yeah, he can probably say nice things when I figure out how to do a squat.
I don't know. He was helping some chubby Asian kid today, and let me tell you, that kid does not know what he got himself in for.
Yeah.
Rob had a lot of energy. Little does that kid know, Rob took the 430 from fucking wherever the fuck he lives. Bumfuck. He doesn't live in Bumfuck. It's actually a pretty nice town. No, it's not Baldwin. Baldwin's not a nice town.
Yeah. For some reason I remembered it. I always forget.
Baldwin.
You tend to say the names of Long Island towns and
yeah, it's not nice. It's one of those towns where like they have one nice neighborhood and everything else is shit. I played football against Busta Rhymes' son. He was the running back on Baldwin. He sucked, but I think he went to like Iona or something. We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
No, all right, we're done with this episode. All right, team. Bachelor Tuesday. Twitch Thursday.
Twitch Thursday.
Maybe with Dan Polzello. Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. Let's hope we don't have to play any more Warzone because that game fucking sucks.
But let's get more people in the chat because that was a snooze fest for me.
Snooze fest. And he's barely showing up as it is.
It's what it is. All right. Adios.
Bye.